What is up, people? It is your boy Kevin. Gotta change the thumbnail first of all as we get started. Thought we could do just a quick AMA. We have a lot of new viewers on the channel that probably have a lot of questions about like YouTube, quitting pharmacy. I've been getting a lot of these questions behind the scenes and stuff, high ticket sales. Can answer any of this sort of stuff or anything personal development or personal growth related. I think that'd be chill, but it's really up to y'all. One of the things that I just want to do this quarter is like I just want to serve a lot more and just, I don't want to say give out my knowledge, but just like be more active in my community and stuff too. So I need to change this first of all. Just bear with me 1 second. So we gotta edit this, go into YouTube Studios, freaking TubeBuddy, and then we gotta change the thumbnail. Wish there was an easier way to do this, but that is not it. Where is it? Did I not save it? Dolly. Did I not save this? Hold on. You are seeing the behind the scenes. Oh yeah, it is under Ask Me Anything. So maybe here. Can I do this? Yes. Cool. Let's save this. It's so cool just seeing like all the images being generated on Dolly and stuff. If you guys don't know, I basically run a lot of different, let me finish this up before we keep on going. Turn on monetization. Let YouTube recommend. There we go. I think we should be monetized right now. All right. And I think we're good on that. Oh yeah. So what I want to go over too is like one of the cool things that I always do now is generate like thumbnails before. This one was cool. I like this one the most, but then there was like other ones. Typically I'll just be like, hey, create a thumbnail with a strong East Asian man in his 30s with a New Era hat with a black tee on in front of the laptop asking questions. So I usually change up the background depending on what I'm going to cover, but since I just did something like really simple as like a title, Ask Me Anything, all lowercase, period, I just thought this was appropriate. So hopefully you like some of these thumbnails. The other thumbnails I have, let me make sure I don't dox anything. Hold on for a second. Let's see. Yeah, so if you look at some of these thumbnails, these are actually from my thumbnail designer. I'm working with several thumbnail designers and stuff, but that's how I've been getting all these different thumbnails too. So that's been hella chill. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to stop sharing. Bear with me 1 second. There we go. Cool. So, sorry, I have to like use Zoom to share the music for some reason. So, yeah. What we'll do while we're waiting for people is like, for people to drop in, I can answer questions on Reddit and stuff. So, because I've been diving a lot more into researching content and all that too. Let me just minimize this for a second. I've been doing a lot more, what's that called? More research and different types of content, strategies, viral videos and stuff. I can show you all that sort of stuff too later if you like. But yeah, just keeping it super chill. Concerning personal growth, I've been trying to figure out to see if CPR certification is worth it or not. Bro, why the fuck you want? Sorry, I shouldn't swear on the stream. Just because I'm trying to be a lot more PC, like PC these days. But why do you want to save people? Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Me and my boy Brian, we always make fun of the CPR certification and stuff and all that. It's a inside joke. If you've been on this channel for a while, this is my pharmacy days, you'll probably get it. But yeah, that's been what's up. Actually, if you guys want, I can show you some of the backend analytics, the things that have been really kind of changing the channel trajectory recently. It's a little too soon to say it's like a game changer, right? But there's a few functions that we're working on right now, and I actually need to, surprisingly, I actually need to optimize this video really quick, so maybe I can do it on stream and you guys can see how I do the YouTube stuff, and then we'll just wait for the more comments to stream through and stuff like that too. So let me just pull up this email really quick. I'll show you some of the stuff that I've actually learned over the last few months that I haven't talked about quite yet. I'm planning to do a YouTube, like a full YouTube tutorial about like everything I've learned and some of the things that I've done to blow up my other friend's channel. Very frustrating because my channel is not on the same trajectory, but that's cool. That's just life sometimes. I'm just trying to pull out thumbnail design. So I just got some new thumbnails from my friend. So I'm going to ask you guys, which one do you like more? I think it's under final thumbnails. So I'm doing a video on how my friend passed away, and there's two thumbnails. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but there's one over here with me and my buddy Rambo. He passed away. Or this one where we're just chilling. For some reason this one just feels a little cut off, so I'm not going to probably rock this one, but I'll probably do this one. So assuming that this is a thumbnail I'm going to run with, I gotta double check some things on the back end. So one of the things that we do is I've actually like, what's that called? Invested quite a bit in thumbnail tools. I invested quite a bit in thumbnail tools and all that too. So we have feedback loops going there. I can show you some of the back end stuff for that. I don't think there's anything too important there, but yeah. So this is a video that we're optimizing right now. Basically I do this video about like my friend passing away, and bam, we're gonna save this as the thumbnail really quickly. I'll probably just do this like as a life at 30. I'm trying to redo all my playlists because some of them are quite old and they don't like really resonate anymore. So that's the first thing I do. I probably need to redo the timestamps and stuff, but I'll do that off screen because some of these don't make sense. So yeah, there's that. And then what I like to do is actually I like to review the placement. So I think I did already, but typically I like to put it at every 3-4 minutes. Yeah, I think YouTube has actually did it pretty well. So this is 3. I should probably incorporate one at like 6. So what I do is like I listen to. Now when I think about really strong role models, I think. Yeah. So I like to add it in between, like when I'm about to say something, like my ad breaks when I'm about to say something, and where it cuts, like I'm going to cover something a little bit deeper. So 6 is at roughly at 8. So 9, maybe at 12 minutes or 11, probably something around here. I'll find something I can do. I went to his wedding, to our friends' weddings, and we have this little group that we call. Yeah. So it creates natural curiosity loops. And what this does is like it increases the CPM of the video, of how much you can make off a video too. And so yeah, inserting them every single, I like to manually insert every 3 to 4 minutes roughly. And I learned this trick from Vanessa Lau's mastermind. I censor all my stuff, so I never have to worry about this, and I personally review it myself. And what we'll do too, this is the one thing that has been helping out our channel a lot. Since a lot of my content these days, a lot of people don't like resonate with it as much anymore because a lot of them are old pharmacy audiences, which is completely cool, by the way. Like I never expect people to like watch my stuff, but since a lot of people who are in my core audience aren't really my core audience anymore, there's one box that I check, and it's been helping some of my videos blow up. Where is it? It should be right here. I like to uncheck this. Publish to subscription feed and notifies the subscribers. I don't do this. What it'll force you to do is actually refine the audiences that have watched your videos in the past, who are actively watching your videos and all that as well. Because sometimes when I push it out, it just like the people who don't really vibe with the content anymore, especially the business stuff, because when I first blew up, it was all pharmacy stuff. So that has been changing. This like little button has been changing the trajectory of the channel. So it's been pretty cool. I'll show you some data behind that too. We'll add an end screen. We'll add like, I don't know, this one maybe. And we'll do like, I don't know, that's like usually what I do. I should probably just choose one CTA though. Then I just gotta do the different chapters, and I think we're good there. But that video's ready to go. Just getting feedback on this thumbnail right now, because these are kind of like the rough edits and stuff. So yeah, let's check up on the comments if there's anything at all. But that's kind of like the technical, boring YouTube stuff that you guys don't see behind the scenes, and some people like it, some people don't. So yeah. By the way, if you're tuning in, make sure to shoot a like. I don't even know if it like hits the algorithm at all or anything like that, but yeah. I'll show you some data on like kind of like the two videos that I have done this like exact trick for. So yeah, this video is doing pretty well. Like if you notice, like YouTube's recommending it quite a bit. Although the impressions have kind of flatlined, it hasn't like really, YouTube hasn't been pushing it out. And what I think it is, it might be, what might be happening is like, I think the average view percentage is off right now. Like, because we don't have like a ton of retention. We have like, at the 1 minute mark, I should probably aim for like a 70% retention to have it more even. But like not too many people stay to the end of the video. But this is like data that doesn't really matter. But yeah, so this was like one video that did pretty decent. And then we had this video, which I launched last week, and I think this one's rounding out the impressions. Click-through rate is like whatever. I'm not really a fan of this thumbnail. I'll probably let go of this thumbnail editor because I feel like he didn't put that much work or thought into it. So I could have done something like this. Fuck, dude. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, that's it. If you guys don't know what these numbers mean, and you can tell like YouTube is really pushing it out. It's trying to find the audience, right? And I chose not to notify the subscribers. So yeah, it's like I think over time this video will just like do pretty well, because it is a pretty well done video on this app that I reviewed. And so I like to do app reviews these days because it generates a lot of revenue for a channel. But also, second thing is, I just really love tech. I love connecting, like looking for different solutions and stuff. So that's something that's really fun for me too. But yeah, that is kind of like what's there. Let's see. I guess since I don't have, it's kind of quiet in here, what we'll do is we can go on Reddit for a little bit and then just browse some of the comments and just answer some of the questions here, man. So yeah, let me just open up a few screens. This is one of my favorite things to do these days. Hold on. Let's go here. All right, let's just scroll down. I think I gotta clean some of these up. I don't really use this like account that much. I have 2 Reddit accounts. Yeah, I have 2 Reddit accounts, but this one is like one of my accounts. Did I get like messages? I wonder if I get message. I haven't checked my messages at all. All right, let's go back here. Let's just scroll. Ooh, this is interesting. Just went on a first date and feel ashamed of myself. I spent over $200 on a girl I don't even know. Is this the standard and what most women expect? How can men avoid spending this much on our first date? I'm trying to get myself out there and go on more dates and find a girlfriend, but I can't afford to do this every single time. You know, that's really interesting. I've been thinking a lot about this, especially like as I'm getting ready to, as you know, I just turned 36, and the thought of starting a family and all that has been creeping into my mind a lot more. I realize that I'm a lot older, and really is like my time to thrive, you know, to think about starting a family and also like really scaling the business. I feel like at this point I have all the knowledge that I need, I have a lot of the key connections that I need, and it's just like really applying all this, everything that's in here on the outside. But especially as I think about like dating and stuff. Hold on, let me remove this thing so it's not, you don't see two my things. I've been thinking a lot about this too. If it was like a sales type of thing, I would just be like, yo, you you want to just do small tests, right? Like we have something in marketing where we just do things like a small things like, and so I think about like, you know, doing a quick FaceTime call, or even like a quick coffee thing too. Like make it super simple, screen out things. And this is what people are saying: coffee date or walk. Dude, I love getting my steps in, bro. Like that's like one of the things I just love doing. Like earlier today I walked for like 2 hours, and that aligns with like my ideal life, you know. I think a lot about this, like kind of like sales too, where a lot of people, they feel the need to like convert all the time, right? They feel the need to like always be, what's the word? Like always be closing, but like to people please and sweet talk people into making a decision. But then when they find out what the actual offer is or whatever the solution wasn't what, like it's people pleasing at the max. But what I find is that like people are going to find out what you're all about anyways. And so what I'm trying to do is just find someone that really aligns with my life and stuff at this point, based off my goals and in the vision that I have in my life too, you know. Freaking, I love Reddit. Take our McDonald's next time, bud. Coffee dates at lunchtime. Yeah, this is pretty good. Giving it easy out is important too. I'm also planning, like if I go Asia, I am planning to date out there too and stuff. So should be fun. Coffee date, second date, invite her or something that you want to do. Art gallery, museum. What, I can't invite her to the jiu-jitsu gym, bro? It's my favorite. Actually, I've never dated someone at the jiu-jitsu gym, but I've always been kind of hesitant toward that because it's like, you don't want to eat where you shit, right? Like I love training. I love like all that. I don't think I would ever date anyone at the gym or anything like that, at my jiu-jitsu gym at least. Oh my god, this guy. When does sex usually happen for you? So funny. It's like the same thing with sales too. Like people who overly focus on, like fixate on the outcome, usually don't get what they want and stuff too. So yeah, interesting thread. Kevin about to go red pill mode. Bro, if you guys know anything about me, I've always been kind of like super red pill and stuff. I've always been very contrarian. I've always been really outside the box. I always question the way things are done, and just go back to first principles thinking. And I realize that that's like really, really important, not only just like with critical thinking skills and even sales, persuasion, even if you look at the top people in business, like the Hormozis or anything like that, they're always doing like first principles thinking and questioning like the normal stuff. So that's something I think about a lot. But yeah, Kevin about to go red pill. Your boy has been red pill already, bro. Kind of. I don't really follow the red pill. Like I think if you follow my Reddits and stuff, I don't even think I'm in red pill. No. Yeah, I don't have any red pill stuff. Yeah, this is my clean one. There's another one where I just like look up like stuff. Oh man, not safe for work stuff. Ooh, this is interesting. Gi is the worst scam in jiu-jitsu. Let's face it. You go to IBJJF because you need points to qualify for another event. You end up in the same division as one other guy because you want to relive your glory days. Your Masters 5 hobbyist who barely makes it to gym twice a week. So true. Even that to flow roll. Your opponent's name is Joe Smith, but he's changed his long to Zhao Smith and to Souza. That's so funny. Zhao has a gi that used to be white and now it's yellow because he's washed out the divorcee. Who knows? Nothing about laundry is already soaking curry smelling sweat because Joe spent his morning alternating between the sauna and restroom trying to share sweat off the beers. This is so funny. Oh god. This is so funny. Oh, this is hilarious. I've never really, I don't know why. This shouldn't have ads. I should be good here. I think I'm good here. Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting ads. I shouldn't get ads. I think we're like, I don't know, here. Where is it? How do I play the music? Maybe I can go like lo-fi beats. That's annoying. Oh yeah, this is really, really interesting. YouTube is now my full-time job and now I don't like it. This is a long post, but basically what I was saying was like, basically this person made quite a bit of money. They made like almost like 70K in 2020 from YouTube, and now they're not getting the same views anymore and they feel boxed in. And this is what I talk about. Like, if you like do a niche channel, sometimes you just feel so blocked in and just like you have to talk about this one topic that you don't want to talk about anymore. And that labor of love that used to light you up before no longer lights you up. And I think that's one of the things I see with like a lot of niche channels. Like a lot of times they're not sustainable in the long run, right? This is like my hesitation toward niching down to a more niche topic and stuff. But I do believe that the next round of creators are going to be more personal brand focused. It's going to be focused more on the relationship. So you can pretty much talk about whatever you want. Obviously, you need to work your way there and have something unique there. I think Ali Abdal is actually really, really great at it. Dan Koh is pretty good at it. And even people like Hamza are pretty good at talking about it too. The female lifestyle vloggers, though, they're like very elite at it too. Like, I love watching Freezer Park and all that. Her vlogs are just so beautiful. If you like ever check out her videos, like they're just so beautiful. Like, just like looking at the aesthetic and stuff, like just like the text, it almost feels like you're in a magazine as well. There's a few creators like that. But you know, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people don't talk about like feeling boxed in and stuff, and they know that they could start a new channel, but you know, we always think about the money aspect. And so that's why I believe like not relying fully, if you can create monetization streams like through affiliate marketing, your own backend offers, your own MRR, like you never feel like you're boxed in in terms of creativity or skew the videos. At the end of the day, like, I don't want to just post videos like just because the algorithm says so. I want to post videos that are, for me personally, that are like rewarding to me, and when I have something to say, especially with more people kind of like flooding the YouTube space and just like talking, like more and more people are flooding the YouTube space. I think having stronger opinions or unique opinions are going to be important, right? Like when I look at, for example, the channel, like, someone like Jake Tran or something like that, he blew up really, really quickly. But something interesting about him was like he just had a really, really interesting take on things, you know, on people and things and stuff. Like no one was doing these video essays that were on dark like subjects like money, power, war, and crime. And so yeah, it's just really, really interesting. I think like more unique things are gonna come into play. Even Sam Sulek, everybody's talking about this guy. I don't really love his content, but like when everybody's doing highly produced vlogs, like these vlogs are like doing not as well as they initially did, but like these like grocery trip, I'm like, what the heck, this blew up. And it's because of the relationship, right? It's so different in a world where everybody's trying to do Mr. Beast content. Oh shit, I realized I'm not showing my screen. In a world that everybody's trying to do Mr. Beast content, like it's just like seeing like very boring content like this, very reminiscent of the old days and stuff too. So yeah, I think we're gonna see another quirky person that I really like, Kelly Stamps. I think she's super, super quirky, like one of the most quirkiest people I've ever seen on YouTube. She records on a camcorder and stuff like that, and is just like has these like long ass monologues. Really interesting as just a content creator, but I feel like these creators are going to pop off more and more and more as we go through the next year as well. I'll probably comment on this later. View duration advice on how to keep my audience. Oops. I started YouTube in March and have been consistently uploading videos every day since then. However, I'm not proud of the average duration of my videos, which is usually around 40 seconds to 1 minute. I'm wondering if anyone could check out the channel and provide some pointers about how I can improve. I've stopped putting memes in my videos and started adding captions. Additionally, I'm transitioning to making 8-minute gaming videos. Ooh, gaming, bro. And there is... Let's go look at this real quick. I already know. It's like the I think like when I look at the proposition of this channel, like it's titles and thumbnails. Like when I think about, I've been following this recent gamer actually. He's like hilarious. If I go my subscriptions feed, where's it? If you can't tell, I follow a lot of different people, dude. Like if you see everyone, like I follow a lot of different people just because like I'm always trying to understand the landscape of things. And like when I look at these like videos too, they're just like hilarious, dude. Like the most popular ones, right? Oh, I built a theme park. And when you compare it versus like the last person that we were looking at, sorry, maybe I should reshare my screen. Can you see this? Like when you compare where the heck is it? Where's the channel? When you compare the thumbnails to left and right, they're like very, very different, right? Like no one really cares about dog sprinting or whatever, right? Yeah, you know, but like when it's like I built a theme park, blah, 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 it builds a natural curiosity hook. And this is something that I'm trying to do with my channel too. I wasn't the best at titles and more importantly thumbnails too. But if you check out my channel these days, like what we're trying to do, I need to redo my banner. I don't like it. What we're trying to do is get better. Like if I scroll back, like maybe here, like look at my thumbnails. They weren't that great. They were like really shitty, you know, and no curiosity hooks, like very, very few of them. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to like create better stuff. And one of the things, if you guys want to support me too, is I use this app called I'm going to drop in the comments. You guys watch this on the replay. And then let me go on to my main. Let me edit this. I'll put it in the description too. This is an affiliate link, by the way, but one of the apps I use to research like really great topics. Like we spend a lot of time like researching these days. And I have a video actually coming out on this in the next week or so. We're actually rushing it out right now. I'm shooting tomorrow, but yeah, we've been kind of doing this like all our market research up front. Let me reduce the number of things out so we can see. We'll choose something like productivity. So basically what I'll do is like when we look at the most so what this app is, it basically filters all the top performing YouTube videos on the platform. It is quite expensive, by the way. It's like $350 for like 1 year, and like $50 per month. Definitely get the whole year, but I think it's worth it because if you can have one video, let's say I did the numbers. If you can have if you have an RPM, like a revenue, like how much you get paid for 1,000 views, like at $5, you get 170K video, it'll pay for itself. That's the break even mark. And a lot of these videos, like, so the real question to ask ourselves is like, how do we get a 70K video? And so we can start getting inspiration by like looking at really viral videos. 5 habits that save me 25 hours a week. This is really, really interesting. This did 76 times the average views on this channel. So let's say if I was like doing 1,000, like the average views prior to this was like 4K, like 4K as a channel average, but this video did 312K views, and it's interesting. Okay, so if we go here, like I like to look at things like the script. So if we show this. We'll toggle this off. You can copy and paste it. There's also YouTubetranscripts.com. So what you can do is like honestly analyze it. And so I have spent the last 3. So like it's really interesting. How do they set up this video? Like what is the value proposition? And then also I like to look at like what the comments say. You perfectly explained why I love public transport. Like people are having conversations in here, right? That's really interesting. And then honestly, the best video about time management that I've seen, and like when I look, it doesn't say why, but I commute to work. I decided to watch this video thinking that you give me generic advice I heard over again. But then you mentioned how you used to work out in the mornings in your side business after your job, but felt too burnt out for the side business in the evening. This is exactly what I've been going through. So it's interesting. This video is really speaking to people because it speaks to the exact problem that people are having. I always go to a gym between 6 to 7 a.m. Start my one. Yeah, I went through this exact same too. I can relate to it. So that's like, I look for stories like this where like people are having discussions, and I'm also looking for like what are some like questions that are really unanswered too, like when it comes to YouTube. So yeah, it's like really, really interesting. I resonate with so many things. So it's the storytelling in this. I don't know. I haven't watched this video myself, but this is what I'll spend my time doing. And then I'll take a look at it. I'm like asking myself like, yo, how can I make this video better? What are some unique stories that I can tell that could help this relate to the particular audience I'm reaching to more? Usually the people that I'm trying to talk to are like people 5 years younger than me, right? So like I'm not trying to talk to the pharmacy students anymore. That was like in my early 20s. That's over like 16 years ago since I was that type of person, right? I'm like 36 now, so I'm a lot older. So I'm talking to people who are in pharmacy trying to get out. And yeah, so basically what I'll do is I'll look at the content packaging, and it's a before and after type of thing. We'll look for similar topics, And then I'll look for other things. Oh, this thumbnail caught my eye immediately, this 100x thing. So I'll dive down that and see the unique things. And then what I'll do is like, I'll send these different concepts to my thumbnail design. I'll send these different, you can't see this. I'll send my, so what I did was I clicked similar topic and generated these ideas. But what I'll do is like, I'll look for thumbnails that really catch my advice or my attention. This top one caught my attention. I'll research this one. I usually do the blink test, so I'll close my eyes, open my eyes again. This one caught my eye. It's the Collins mirror, like the yellow and black type of thing too. Right, so I'll look at all these things, and this is how I try to get better ideas these days. I'm still running with this right now. Like, I'm not a full master at it. Like, we're doing this on our team, but it's starting to work a lot more, just upfronting all the work. Because the better idea that you have, the more it'll carry throughout the video. That's why you can see like this guy, his name is Jay Alto. Not Altro, Alto. I really like him a lot because he's like does really boring videos, but like if you look at his style, it's like really, really basic, right? Like super basic. I'll go into one of his videos and you can kind of see it. Let me mute him. Like, it's nothing crazy. He just does pop-ups, the things that I used to do. He used to have like paper. He used to do like paper stuff too, like paper diagrams and stuff. So really simple stuff. But the idea will help like people like notice the engagement. People are really talking about it. 46 comments, you know, like he's building that core audience. Like me, I have to build it up again because I'm not, I didn't start out talking about like YouTube and high ticket sales and all that because I was in a different career. But for me, I can see myself playing in the realm of YouTube creation for the next 10 years for the rest of my life, honestly. I could see myself doing M&A, like mergers and acquisitions with like business channels. I have multiple channels, by the way, now too, that you guys don't know about. But yeah, I'm trying to grow everything. And that's been really, really fun on my end. So yeah. All right, let's go back. We'll go over a few more Reddit comments, and I think we're good to go. Am I being ghosted or not? After losing my V to a Navy guy, his attitude completely changed. He didn't message me anything for 2 weeks until I did first. He asked me when I'll be back in his area, 2 hours away, and when I replied whenever you're off work, he left that on red for 3 weeks. He came back asking the same question. I'm still being left on red right now. Would this be ghosting? Is he gonna come back, and why? And how should I act if I bump into him if I'm in his area? Well, how will he react? What does he want? So interesting. You know, like there's so many analogies with sales and like dating and communication and relationships. That's why like a lot of people, like I found that there's like high correlation between things like sales and dating, sales and communication, like / conflict management, you know, like I think one of the classic strategies of what Chris Voss always talks about, like labeling what you're noticing. So like, hey, it seems like something that I've noticed is that how do I put it? Something I've noticed is that you haven't replied to my message in 3 weeks. It seems like you haven't responded to my messages in 3 weeks. What's on your mind right now? Something like that. That's a really easy way to just like ice break. And if they don't respond, there's your answer and you just move on. But very, very unfortunate. I think I joined this one, our ghosting, like back when I got ghosted by this girl I really, really liked back in the day. And it really, really hurt. It really sucked. And a lot of the emotions I went through here was like how I felt when people used to ghost me in sales sometimes too, right? And I think the thing that is so painful about ghosting is like we put a lot of the stuff on us. We put meanings like, oh, we're not worth it, we're not good enough on us. But really, in actuality, it has very, very little to do with you. And if we think about it, it has a lot to do with how people deal with conflict. Because at the end of the day, someone could just be like, hey, I mean, it's really, I hate to say this, but I don't think we're a good fit for each other. I'm not feeling this, and you can just end it there. But think about what it takes for someone to ghost, right? They're conflict avoidant, right? And so unless there's obviously there's always special weird circumstances where like out of box ones, but it doesn't really take that much to respond back to someone. And so it's very, very painful. Now, are there things that we can do to contribute to the ghosting? Of course, right? Like if we're anxious attachment style, think about if you're a freaking needy salesperson always knocking on someone's door, obviously they don't want to deal with you, and they're going to try to swerve you every single time. But that's something that I've noticed. Notion. Ooh, I love Notion. If you guys don't know, I run everything on Notion. I've set up my 12-week year on there. Man, I've been super focused and productive. I'm currently on week 5 and making so much progress in my online business. It's crazy. 100% recommend to create a schedule that can keep track and keep you accountable. Oh, this is really interesting. This person used the same template as I do back in the day. They probably read the 12-week year, which is a great book. One of my favorite books. Storyboards. Is it fine to never want to be in a relationship? I'm a 33-year-old guy who never experienced a relationship before, and based on all the relationships I read about, seen from coworkers, family, and friends, I feel like I'm not missing out at all. The guys keep telling me I'm lucky and they wish they could be as free as me. I mean, there's times where I want to have a girlfriend and experience what a hug feels like, but I think I'm fine being alone. A goal of mine would become a hermit on a mountain with Wi-Fi. Damn, that's crazy. Especially me being an extrovert. I think I've kind of had moments in my life, and I'm kind of in this stage right now where it's I'm monk moding so long, but I can't believe how long it's been since I've actually dated and put myself out there. And I feel like during that time I just really need to spend time alone. It was important. I think I'm still need to commit even longer toward my goals and stuff too. I was writing in my little journal on my phone today about it. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder is it that I'm okay, or if I've accepted it, or am I in denial, right? Is it something that we're avoiding? And so I think for me, if I'd be very, very real with myself, in terms of dating and stuff, one of the things that I'm terrified, or maybe not terrified, but one of the things I'm really, really scared about is just leaving myself vulnerable again, wasting all that time just to start over again. And I know it's it's really bad, because it's just you can't think like that. In business too, in business, you have to somewhat delude yourself into a reality that hasn't existed yet, right? And it's always easy to shoot down an idea, and we always talk about what could go wrong, but we never talk about what could go right either, which has a really we just never flip that tells me immediately that humans, all of us, we just tend to be more focused on the negative stuff sometimes. And so yeah, it's just really interesting. I kind of relate to this thing though, since I've been in monk mode for so long. Oh shit, am I the asshole for making my girlfriend wait outside our house for hours after going out? I'm 27, she's 24. Context is we only have one set of keys because a few months ago our landlord lost his pair, asked us for the ones we had. Since we're moving at the end of the month, we decided not to make another copy. Yesterday she went out with a new girl she met a few months ago to have lunch, but ended up spending the entire day around 10 p.m. Told me she was going to go out partying. I told her I was going to go out too, but since she wasn't home, I had the keys. I told her what we're supposed to do, and she told me to take the keys and we could come home together at 6 a.m. Holy crap. When the clubs are closed because we're going to be near each other. Of course, that's a typical like 20s lifestyle, by the way, like never sleeping and just partying all the time. I miss that. I told her, I insisted her to confirm that she was going to come home with me because I was low on battery and my phone would die, and she confirmed it. I drank a lot and she did too. I could tell she was drunk. At 6 a.m., I asked her if she was coming home because I guess she might be going to sleep at her friend's who lives near us. She didn't reply, so I guess, okay, she's not coming home. And since I was still active and a bit drunk, I went to one of my friend's places too and drank more and ended up falling asleep on their couch. My phone died, so no alarms, no calls. Woke up at 3 or 4 and took a taxi home, only to find her sitting at the door, killing me with her eyes. She hasn't talked to me the entire day and made a big thing out of it. Apparently, she came home around 12, thinking I was there, and I wasn't receiving texts nor opening the door, so she just stayed there until I finally came home. I told her why didn't she go back to her friend's place. She said that wasn't the point, and told me to leave her alone, and even hinted at breaking up because she can't believe I care so little about her. I do understand she can be bad at me. I did text her at 6, asking if she was coming home. Man, this is so interesting. That is so interesting. You are the asshole. You told her to plan to go home at 6. You know what this reminds me of, bro? Like, shit. Like, if I go on Twitter, right? I saw this one quote by Hormozy, and I think it's so true. Like, you could talk about, like, oh, who's the asshole, blah, blah, blah. But how to avoid tons of problems in life: go to bed on time. Like, I'm gonna save this to my Readwise, by the way, but so true. It's like all this could have been avoided, you know. Oh man, let's see what other people are saying. Oh, got a comment. Dennis says, can combining 4 grams of omega-3 oil with 300 grams of fluoxamine increase the risk of bleeding? I don't even know the side effects for fluoxamine. I definitely know that fish oils increase the risk of bleeding, but I'm not sure. Not fluoxetine. Fluvoxamine. Bro, it's so crazy. I like forget like a lot of my clinical knowledge these days. It's crazy. This is, by the way, this is not like medical advice. Like, don't take it from me. It's been a while since I practiced. If I had like micromedics, or if I kept my micromedics stuff up and running, I would use that. But since I'm not, let me move it over here. Bleeding. Mayo Clinic. I just wonder how like prevalent like the bleeding is, but I could see that increasing the bleeding. Usually things like fish oils already like, or omega-3s already increase bleeding, so I could definitely see that, but not 100% sure. I actually take almost like right now I take almost like 20 grams of fish oils and stuff, or omega-3s specifically. It's crazy. All right, let's keep on going. We'll do a few more posts and then we'll end the stream. How are you guys liking this format? Like, I know we don't have a ton of people here, but yeah, okay, thank you. You're welcome, Dennis. Yeah. But honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know what your risks. Like some of the things I think about too are like, what's your bleeding risk to begin with, right? Yeah, like I don't think it has the same effect as like Coumadin or warfarin or any of these like anticoagulants or anything like that. But that's something I think about too, right? Like, are you at really high risk of bleeding? I don't think so. I could definitely see it increasing your risk, but I don't know. Ask your normal pharmacist. Like I've been out for like 5 years, although I still do my CEs and stuff. So yeah. A certain drug has made me better at sales. Ooh, this is interesting. Flu vaccine. Hydrocodone. Okay. I've been taking this every morning and my emotions are dulled. I no longer feel anxiety or nervousness going out for cold calls. I'm surprised you aren't like fucking tired of shit all the time. Fuck, dude. That's like really tough. I had a solid week on the phones. My productivity was up. Everything is fine on books, but I feel like a shell of myself. I can't get to myself to feel any emotions. I feel like a robot. Not even porn is getting my dick hard anymore. I wonder if this is a real post, bro. Yeah, that's how you talk to your doctor or therapist. That's so crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like might be a troll comment, but who knows? That's so interesting. This is the weird stuff that you see on here. We're not going to cover the P. Oh my god. Dude. This is like so funny. Like I've been following this like streamer. He's like 18 and stuff. But basically he went to OC and stuff and he's been like, it is crazy. He's been dating multiple girls at once on streams and stuff, and he went to go visit all of them this weekend. I've been following it. I've been following it like crazy. It's so funny. Like one of my favorite series for sure. Oh man, this is so good. It's like this is the power of parasocial relationships. You just like follow. It almost feels like I'm like watching Jersey Shore, you know? Ooh, I like this one. I can feel this because I'm actually feeling this like kind of like right now too. How to stop that feeling of being behind in life? As a 27-year-old, I feel like I'm not only consistently being harsh on myself, but the people around me somehow, some way tend to criticize me based on my age. Keep on hearing things like, oh, you're not where you're supposed to be based on your age. And for the most part, I'm fully agreeing on them. I'm indeed not performing at my age level. I think I'm digging myself in the bitter truth that realizing that I'm not living life and taking action based on it. I'm actually scared to take action and risk. I'm scared of discomfort. I tend to easily get anxious and overwhelmed. There's always an intense amount of confusion, overthinking, and I'm not really sure what's happening with me. Why do I have so much difficulty believing in myself? If I'm so aware of my problems, then why am I not doing the things that I should be? What am I waiting for? Why do I keep delaying things? How come I do not know my purpose and goals? I think about this I thought about this since I was like 25, 27, almost every single year, like growing up. And I feel like only until now I've kind of come into fruition about like understanding purpose, goals. One of the things I realized is about like when it comes to mission, vision, purpose, right? These are terms that a lot of people throw around, but until you understand what kind of pisses you off, what kind of energizes you, these things are very, very difficult to understand at such a young age, like at 18 and stuff. There's a level of maturity that comes with age over time too. And so what I find too, a lot of times when people are criticizing you, or if you're getting a lot of unsolicited advice, a lot of times it's not reflective on where you're at in life. A lot of times we have to realize no one starts at nothing's an equal playing field, right? If nothing's at an equal playing field, it's really hard to measure, like, no one starts at the same, like, let me collect my thoughts. For example, everybody starts at different stages in life, right? Like our families don't all have the same money growing up. We're all in different social circles. Sometimes people grow up in abusive households, and some people have like the silver spoon fed to them too, right? So it's not fair to like compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges, like in terms of like where you're supposed to be at. Now there's like one person that I really love following actually is, he probably explains it way better than me, but if I go YouTube, I just bought his mental health thing, but Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG. I would really highly suggest watching. Where is it? Oh no, it's Chris Williamson. Sorry, it was this episode of Chris Williamson. It was so good. This is like one of my favorite things. This one was so good. The accomplishments, talking about like, you know, in society we tend to over fixate on our outcomes, right? But we don't focus enough on this is a 17-minute thing, but he talks about like we overly focus on outcomes. And something I think about is like sometimes we can be very conscious about like what we need to do, but not do it. And what is that? What's really going on? And I think about like these beliefs throwing us in a survival state, right? Like when we're in survival state, we fight, flight, or freeze. So for example, when you're kind of stalling or you're freezing, that's a freeze response. Procrastination is a freeze response, right? By playing dead, we'll just think that these problems will hopefully disappear. But unfortunately with life, they don't. With finances, with all the stuff, like with taxes, right? You can't just freeze there and not do your taxes. The IRS is going to come after your ass no matter what, right? And so I think it's giving ourselves a little bit of permission and just being like, okay, how do we break this down in the smallest step? And not only that, like we think about like what we need to do, but something I think about is like, if I have a circle of friends, who can help support me at least temporarily? And so I think about like, okay, what are some options? Maybe I could set up an accountability group with like 2 or 3 friends, maybe one other friend that I can check in with. I actually have this for my personal business too, and it really, really helps. And we do punishments and all that. I do that with my mastermind too, and that really, really helps. So I think like a lot of times is like we're just being a little bit too hard on ourselves, and by beating ourselves up and just being like, hey, I should be here, it doesn't really do us that much benefit. But really asking ourselves like, okay, coming to a realization that we're not where we're at, what's this very, very small step that we can take toward our ideal state? That's something that goes in my mind a lot. All right, that is pretty much it. I don't think I'm gonna go binge this like Jason the Weenie stuff. Like I've been like hooked on it nonstop. Appreciate you guys like tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Maybe I'll probably set like regular hours because I've been just doing this randomly whenever I feel like it. And I'll probably have some content formats of streams that I really, really like. I've been really binging a lot on like, what's that called? The just watching things on Twitch and Kick and all that. And I want to bring an element and try this out. Maybe I'll use this segment to just like tell stories that I've like gone through and stuff and see like maybe that'll be good, but I don't know. I don't have a good format for these live streams, so I'm just trying things out, just playing with it and just showing up and just answering questions if I can. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Take care. Peace, my people.